Continuing on now with the unsulfured blackstrap molasses, I want to talk about the minerals in this molasses. Okay, so in the last video we talked about calcium and how it's very plentiful in the blackstrap molasses and why it's really important for the body. Now I'm going to talk about some of the other minerals in the blackstrap molasses. Now, molasses is also an excellent source of copper and manganese, and a very good source of potassium and magnesium. Now, copper is an essential component of many enzymes, plays a role in a wide range of physiological processes, including iron utilization, elimination of free radicals, development of bone and connective tissues, and the production of the skin and hair pigment called melanin. And of course, melanin is what gives us our colored hair, whether that be black or brown or red or blonde, and all shades in between. Now, numerous health problems can develop when copper intake is inadequate, including iron deficiency anemia, ruptured blood vessels, osteoporosis, joint problems such as rheumatoid arthritis, brain disturbances, elevated LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, and reduced HDL, which is your good cholesterol levels, according to mainstream. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Irregular heartbeat and increased susceptibility to infections. Now, it's also got a rich supply of manganese, and this trace mineral helps provide energy from protein and carbohydrates, and is involved in the synthesis of fatty acids that are important for a healthy nervous system, and in the production of cholesterol that is used by the body to produce sex hormones. So as we can see, that's definitely important, especially if you want to be reproducing. Manganese is also a critical component of an important antioxidant enzyme called superoxide dismutase. Superoxide dismutase is found exclusively inside the body's mitochondria, which is the oxygen-based energy factories inside most of our cells, where it provides protection against damage from the free radicals produced during energy production. So as we can see then, superoxide dismutase is pretty darn important. Alright, continuing on here with the information. Now, like calcium, potassium plays an important role in muscle contraction and nerve transmission. When potassium is deficient in the diet, activity of both muscles and nerves can become compromised. Potassium is an especially important mineral for athletes since it is involved in carbohydrate storage for use by muscles as fuel, and is also important in maintaining the body's proper electrolyte and acid-base pH balance. When potassium levels drop too low, muscles get weak and athletes tire more easily during exercise, as potassium deficiency causes a decrease in glycogen, the fuel used by exercising muscle storage. Which makes a lot of sense because, you know, I've actually noticed that by taking my blackstrap molasses, my muscles feel a lot stronger. You know, I feel like, I feel like I just beat everybody in arm wrestling, and like, I feel like I can conquer the world because my muscles are so strong. But I've also noticed too, people that eat a lot of bananas, such as like a fruitarian diet, Durian Rider comes to mind here. It makes a lot of sense then when you understand the role of potassium in the human body, and that it is very important for using, well, basically keeping, giving your muscles that energy that it needs, so that your muscles don't get weak and whatnot, because, definitely if you're running all the time and everything, you definitely want to make sure you get this potassium in your body, so, yeah, that's important. Okay, now calcium's balancing major mineral, magnesium, is also necessary for healthy bones and energy production. About 2/3 of the magnesium in the human body is found in our bones. Now, some of this helps give bones their physical structure, while the rest is found on the surface of the bone where it is stored for the body to draw upon as needed. Now magnesium, by balancing calcium, helps regulate nerve and muscle tone. In many nerve cells, magnesium serves as nature's own calcium channel blocker. And preventing calcium from rushing into the nerve cell and activating the nerve. By blocking calcium's entry, magnesium keeps our nerves and the blood vessels and muscles they innervate relaxed. If our diet provides us with too little magnesium, however, calcium can gain free entry and the nerve cell can become overactivated, sending too many messages and causing excessive contraction. Insufficient magnesium can thus contribute to high blood pressure, muscle spasms, including spasms of the heart muscle or the spasms of the airways, symptomatic of asthma, and migraine headaches, as well as muscle cramps, tension, soreness, and fatigue. So yeah, magnesium is definitely really important. Now, let's just briefly talk about the history. Molasses has been imported into the United States from the Caribbean islands since the time of the early colonists. In fact, it was the most popular sweetener used until the late 19th century, since it was much more affordable than refined sugar, which was very expensive at that time. Yeah, believe it or not, refined sugar at one point used to be very expensive. And it's a shame that it's so cheap because everybody uses it. But if it was more expensive, I probably would say that most people wouldn't be using it as much, and big companies wouldn't be adding it into their products. So it's a shame, you know, that people started switching out the molasses, which was actually health promoting, and instead used refined sugar, which now is, of course, much cheaper and is devoid of all the nutrients and is actually robbing you of nutrients. So, in some respects, molasses has had a rather sticky history, with at least two important historical events centering around the sweet food product. The first is the Molasses Act of 1733, a tariff passed by England to try to discourage the colonists from trading with areas of the West Indies that were not under British rule. This legislation is thought to be one of the events that catalyzed pre-revolutionary colonial dissent and unrest. It is not often that a fateful tragedy occurs that centers around a food, but unfortunately in 1919, one such event did occur. The event is referred to as the Great Molasses Flood and occurred when a molasses storage tank holding over 2 million gallons of molasses broke. Just think about it, you could actually swim in it. And its sticky content came pouring throughout the city streets of Boston, Massachusetts, traveling as fast as 35 miles per hour and creating a 30-foot tidal wave of sweetener. Whew. Unfortunately, this was not a sweet matter, as 21 people died and significant amounts of property was destroyed. And Blackstrap molasses gained in popularity in the mid-20th century with the advent of the health food movement. And today, the largest producers of molasses are India, Brazil, Taiwan, Thailand, the Philippines, and of course, my own country, the United States. So there you guys have it. A complete wrap-up on Blackstrap molasses, why it's so darn important, and why it doesn't get the kind of recognition that it should. And just to recap, Blackstrap molasses is an excellent source of minerals like manganese, copper, iron, calcium, potassium, magnesium, vitamin B6, selenium, and of course many other trace minerals that are important for the human body. It's a great natural sweetener, and it's much more health promoting than refined white sugar, and it's been claimed to help cure anemia, constipation, joint problems. It has been claimed to reverse gray hair, to stall baldness. Just a lot of good health claims that people have sent in, claiming that, you know, Blackstrap molasses is very health promoting. So if you've never used Blackstrap molasses, I would consider going to the, a health food store, grocery store, or even online and purchasing some. I would try to get the unsulfured Blackstrap molasses and make sure that it's organic. So with that, this is going to be a wrap up then of this Blackstrap molasses video, and if you liked the video, please favorite, like, and subscribe. And with that, I will see you guys later. Bye.